3-pound, 6-7 ounce wood, no chance when there's only one.
Turkey ball attempt here. 29-pin lead with a strike. They all go down. Late help on the 5.
Come on, baby, one more time.
Next week, our PBA Tour rolls on to Windsor Locks, Connecticut, near Hartford for the PBA Cambridge Credit Classic. The action starts as always 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 on the West Coast here on ESPN. Don't miss the best bowlers in the world from Windsor Locks. For more, log on to ESPN.com. All trying to get into that exempt field for next year. Patrick Healey Jr. is not in officially now. He has had a great year with points, though, as we talked about. 10th on tour, 73,000 points coming in. He's got many more to his credit now. Solid 10-pin there. Shafer's already in the exempt field with his win last week.
Thus far, the difference in this match is simple. Ball speed. Pat Healey Jr.'s ball speed, softer than Ryan-Shafer's. Pat's getting his ball to face the pocket. Shafer's having trouble getting his ball to the pocket, especially on the left lane.
Perfect today. Pretty good stretch of success, too, on those numbers as he takes out number 10.
Interesting sidebar this week. Pattern C was the same pattern we bowled on in Toledo. Both Patrick Healey Jr. and Chris Johnson made the shows there. Same pattern this week. Right back where they left off in Toledo. Patrick Healey looking to close the deal.
Shafer down 28 pins before that ball. 10 down to the pit for him there.
Walking around the bar return like he did last week. He's zoned in. He's wired in on this lane. Ring and 10 last time in the 5th frame. Aside from that, he's perfect on the right lane. The issue has been on the left. Right now, he trails by 28. With a strike, he can cut it to 18. Ryan-Shafer can strike out for 238. Pat Healey Jr. going at a 226 pace.
2001 trick shot magic from Baltimore is coming up next. First, we finish up business from Long Island. 7-pin there for Ryan-Shafer.
The bane of my existence.
There's about 4 pins that go over to the 7 and look for it. 3 of them laying on the deck. No takers.
Real look of disappointment on that shot. 7-pin. He'll be more pleased as he picks up the mark, but he needs strikes.
Yeah, and he not only needs strikes, but he needs help from Pat Healey now. Pat Healey going at 220 pace. The best Ryan-Shafer can shoot now is 218.
Also interesting to note in our conversation last night with Patrick Healey Jr., Randy, about the wood approach synthetic lanes. His professional bowler wife, Teresa, from Mexico, knows a lot about that. He really likes this combination.
I think all the players like this. Anytime you can bowl on synthetic and then have wood approaches, it's a really nice combination because, like Pat told us last night, you bowl on synthetics, humidity, other factors make the approaches sticky or slippery, but these approaches were pretty good. And so is this.
Teresa was with Patrick last week when he came so close to making the show. Lost that to Michael Fagan, the story we told you about. Told Patrick, look, I'm not leaving you until you win. So I'm going to be with you on tour, honey, until you take the whole thing. That might just happen right now. It's been 24 events. Second tour event of last season. Near Kansas City, trying to do it near New York City today, and he's getting closer.
Well, that's all but sealed up a victory for Pat Healey Jr. I talked to my roommate Dave Traber last night. He said, who do you like? I said, I like Pat Healey Jr. And the reason why is twofold. Number one, I think he's coming out of the best position possible. Semifinal number 2. He wins his match, he goes straight into the title. Number 2, I saw what he did last night in the round of 8. I just think on this pattern, and I think because of what he's done the last 4 weeks, he was ready to win.
Gets a little help, but it's going to be too late for Ryan-Shafer. Patrick Healey Jr. defeated Michael Gaither, 243-227, Amleno Monticelli, and Tommy DeLutz Jr. in Kansas City as the wild card to get to his title. lone championship to date for Patrick Healey Jr. That is about to change.
Another great week, back-to-back weeks for Ryan-Shafer. Unfortunately, too little, too late. Pat Healey Jr. just needs to show up in the 10th frame. We talked about at the top of the show, Dave Ryan, redemption, how guys get back into the mix. They create opportunities for themselves. They don't dwell on what happened last week. They move forward. It's all about the next week. And what do I have to do to win the next week? And Pat Healey Jr. rebounded from a disastrous open frame, 7th game, round of 8 last week to win this tournament.
So at least in this edition of our exciting PBA Tour live coverage, rolling toward the Dexter Tournament of Champions, our World Championship in March in Michigan, as we see the Shafer vault up the rankings, up to 18th now in points. Looks like Patrick Healey Jr. has done it. A big 4 there for Shafer as that ball goes right through the nose.
Great tournament, not a great week.
It's all but over.
Keep it behind, keep the foot behind the foul line. 7 pins to win. Pat Healey Jr. will win title number 2. Here's your winner.
He's got it. Patrick Healey Jr. has won his 2nd career championship, and in doing so, earned himself exemption for next year. She can go back to Mexico City. A happy woman. Teresa saw it in person. What a moment for Patrick Healey Jr.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, huh? Great bowling.
Former amateur champion, an All-American at Wichita State in the early 90s, has competed for the United States in many international events. Here near New York City, he is a champion. His wife loves the moment. Patrick Healey Jr. wins on the island.